Max, first practice, what did it feel like for you being out there?
Felt good, bro. Been a long time coming, so I was excited to get back out there with my teammates, my brothers, and just go out there and practice fast, practice urgent, and, just have fun again.
So you were rehabbing for a while. How tough was it for you to sort of this year, rookie year, to have to watch from the sidelines those first 6 weeks?
Well, honestly, when you got a team like this that's so, together in a real-life brotherhood, they kept me involved. They kept me, they supported me through the whole way and made me still feel like I was a part of the team even though I wasn't playing. So, honestly, they just made that whole rehab and whole thing just a lot easier for me.
Max, what do you think your timetable will be to get a game jersey on Sundays?
Just gonna have to see Sunday.
How does the knee feel at this point?
Feels good. I had a great time today at practice, running around, playing fast, and just really just being out there with my teammates, man. Like, I love those guys. They love me, and it's a brotherhood. So, like, just getting back out here, just getting my feet under me, it just feels good.
We asked you during training camp if there's anybody who had taken you under your wing, and you talked a little bit about Tre'Davious, but I'm interested to know, during the injury, was there anybody you particularly leaned on in the building to kind of help you get through this process and make sure that you are ready? Yeah, just
player, staff.
Anybody.
So really, with the staff, like I was working with Nick Lacey a whole bunch, and like Nick was somebody that that rehab process is not easy. So he was someone that bared with me and someone that sometimes took the attitude, but he was with me the whole time. He helped me a lot from the staff, just being in the weight room and rehabbing with me. And then just on the team, really just the whole position group, like the whole corner room, the whole DB room for real. They kept their arms around me. Anytime I needed something, I know I could reach out to them. And, guys like Trey and CB, and like I said, just the whole room, like I could have reached out to any of them, and they all had my back.
We all saw you out there with Nick, doing some stuff off to the side. But how much different was it today to get out there for the first time with your teammates instead of just being off to the side working alone?
Man, like it felt good, man. Like just being able to thud again, to wear pads, to put a helmet on, and to just go out there and play. Like it felt good. It's almost like, learning how to ride a bike, bro. Like it's just exciting whenever that happens, and I'm just glad that I'm back out here.
Max, do you have to guard against kind of like you're gonna have to wait till the coaches and the training staff say you're ready to play? But you might want to be like, no, I'm ready now, right? I mean, like, how much do you have to go through that mental process of still waiting till you're absolutely right and they think you're right?
Really just, they get paid to rehab and to physical therapy, be an athletic trainer, all that. So instead of just, allowing my emotions to take me out of it, I just listen to what they say because at the end of the day, they want what's best for me, and that's to get me out there and playing. So I just trust the process and I trust them and just take it day by day.
I'm sorry, Max, I mean to interrupt you. When you were thinking about, when you first were at training camp, you're probably thinking about my first game and what it's going to be like out there. Now after going through all of this, whenever it is, have you thought about what it's going to be like to get on the field after dealing with this during training camp and now the season?
Really just, now that I'm back out practicing, just treating practice like a game for real. So when I do get to the game, that it just feels like a practice with a crowd. And just, staying positive, but really just having the mindset of like, don't let the guy to the left of me, the guy to the right of me down.
When that injury happened in training camp, what was going through your mind, like when it happened, that those first few days afterwards, and when you think back now on the journey to now from that point, how would you describe it?
I mean, honestly, when I found out what the injury really was, I was just happy that it wasn't like an ACL or something surgical. So when I found out that it was something that could be healed without surgery, I didn't complain. I just, kind of took it to the chin, and just look at it as a blessing in disguise. Just trusting my Lord and Savior, never losing faith.
What was it like keeping mentally locked in throughout this whole process?
Honestly, I just looked at it as looking at the game from a different point of view, getting super smart off the field, so when I do get back on there physically, I could be able to, take what I've seen, take the mental reps I've taken, and apply that to real life.
And you've been on the field, watching and on the sidelines. You know the calls sometimes. How much did that help you, knowing what you're looking at, what everybody's doing, kind of seeing it from the sidelines?
That helps, like I said, like just taking my mental reps, so when I got back out here, it felt more natural, and I didn't have to overthink as much. Obviously you miss as much time as I did. It takes a little bit of messing up a little, but just knowing that I did what I could do off the field mentally to learn the playbook, to learn the scheme, to see how people react, to see certain matchup with how my teammates look versus opposing guys, and just being able to wait until I got my turn and finally got out there to practice.
How did it feel physically today?
Felt good, man. I just had a whole bunch of fun, man. Just running out there, thudding, working technique with my teammates, doing indie with my teammates. Like all that stuff just felt good to me. I'm just so happy to be out there.
As much you're doing physical catching up right now, how difficult is the mental catching up part of this, considering all the time you've missed so far?
I mean, with the mental, just really, I've been working on my mental since I did get hurt. So I feel like in that aspect, like, it's not as bad, but just mentally being able to, if I have a bad play, being able to mentally forget about it and move on to the next, I feel like that would be probably more of a bigger test. But just as far as the playbook, as far as getting the feel for how this stuff goes, I feel like mentally I've done just about, what I could do in that aspect.
Now that Dorian's going through what he's going through, how much can you guys lean on each other, knowing what you went through and now what he's going through?
Yeah, no, me and Dorian, like, even before we got drafted out here, we went through the whole process together. We trained together, did the Senior Bowl together, the Combine. So, like, we built such a strong relationship together that it's like, that's really like my brother. And he was with me the day I got hurt till the day I got back out here. And it's going to be vice versa for me. Like, I got his back, he got my back. And I'm just going, like I said, I got his back. He's going through something right now. I'm going to make sure that I'm somebody he can lean on.
What have you learned about yourself since August when the injury happened?
Honestly, I learned how much I truly love this game and how hard it was for me to just watch, knowing that I wish I could be out there helping the team. But honestly, it just made me kind of grow up and mature and look at it from a different point of view. Like, it's not all about me. And I just was still able to do what I could do to help the team on the field, even though I wasn't playing. Whatever McDermott feels is best for the team, I'm down. So whether it's this week, whether it's not this week, I'm grateful to just be back practicing.
Practicing with the brace, like, how does it feel wearing that, going through that process and kind of limiting, getting down to smaller braces? How does that feel for you?
I mean, honestly, like, you don't want to play with a brace, but I don't even be thinking about it no more. Just trying to imagine that the brace is non-existent for real and just go out there and still be the fast, twitchy player I know I can be.
Just for the record for fans and media, do you prefer Max or Maxwell, or does it not matter?
I prefer Max because my mom used to call me Maxwell when I got in trouble growing up.
Okay.